Hello, friends. Welcome to our special story time. Today, I have a magical story to share with you. It's about a kind girl named Emily who finds a hidden garden full of wonderful surprises. In this garden, Emily meets friendly animals and learns about magic and friendship. This story is easy to understand, and it will help you practice your English while enjoying a fun adventure. So, find a cozy spot, relax, and let's begin our journey into Emily's magical garden together. The Magical Garden of Emily. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there was a young girl named Emily. Emily was kind, curious, and always dreamed of having her own magical garden. She had read about enchanted gardens in books, where flowers could sing, trees could talk, and every leaf held a story. One day, while exploring her backyard, Emily found an old, rusty key buried in the ground. She felt a rush of excitement. What could this key open? She wondered. She looked around and noticed an old wooden gate at the far end of the yard, covered in ivy. Emily pushed the gate, and to her surprise, it opened easily. Behind the gate was a garden unlike anything she had ever seen. The flowers were bright, glowing colors, and the trees looked like they had faces. As Emily stepped inside, the flowers began to hum a soft, sweet tune. Emily was amazed. "Hello, Emily," said a deep, friendly voice. She looked up and saw a large, wise-looking tree smiling at her. "Who are you?" Emily asked, wide-eyed. "I am Oakley, the oldest tree in this garden," the tree replied. "And this is the Magical Garden, a place of wonder and stories." Every day, Emily returned to the garden and met new friends. There was Rosie, a rose that loved to sing, and Timmy the tulip, who told funny jokes. She met a curious butterfly named Bella, who had flown all around the world, and a gentle pond named Lily, who showed Emily scenes of magical places. As the weeks went by, Emily learned that the garden was even more special than she thought. Oakley told her that the garden could change based on her feelings. If she felt happy, the garden would sparkle with colors. If she was curious, new paths would appear, leading to unexplored parts of the garden. One day, Emily found a hidden path she had never noticed before. The path was lined with glowing mushrooms, and at the end, she could see the faint glow of a golden door. She looked back at her friends, who nodded, encouraging her to go on. The door seemed to hold the answer to all the garden's secrets. With every step, her excitement grew. As Emily got closer to the golden door, she noticed tiny carvings on its surface. The carvings showed scenes of children like her, exploring gardens, forests, and mountains. It was as if the door held stories of other children who had gone on adventures like hers. With a deep breath, Emily turned the key in the lock, and the door swung open slowly, revealing a beautiful, glowing path. She stepped forward, and instantly, the world around her transformed. She was no longer in her familiar garden, but in a lush, green forest filled with magical creatures. The animals here were friendly, with big eyes that sparkled in the sunlight. A group of small rabbits hopped over to her, each one with a tiny flower crown on its head. "Welcome, Emily," they said in unison. She couldn't help but smile as they led her further into the forest. Soon, they reached a sparkling river with crystal-clear water. Standing by the river was an elderly woman with a kind smile and a gentle glow. "I am Alara, the guardian of this forest," she said, her voice soft but strong. "Emily, you have a special heart, which is why the garden let you enter this magical world." Emily was curious. "Why is this place so magical?" she asked. Alara smiled, pointing to the river. "This river flows from the heart of the world, and anyone who drinks from it gains wisdom and kindness. But it only appears to those who truly believe in magic and kindness." Emily knelt down by the river and scooped some water in her hands. As she drank, she felt warmth spreading through her, filling her with courage and joy. She could suddenly see little trails of light that connected each plant and animal in the forest, as if they were all part of one big family. "Now, Emily," said Alara, "it is your turn to help keep the magic alive. There are hidden gardens like yours all over the world, waiting to be cared for. Will you help us by keeping your garden safe and teaching others to see the magic around them?" Emily nodded with a big smile. Yes, I would love to. But just then, she heard a soft rustling behind her. Turning around, she saw a faint glow moving through the trees. She followed it, deeper into the forest, until she found herself at a large tree with a door carved into its trunk. The glow grew brighter, and she could hear a soft voice calling her name from behind the door. Emily took a deep breath, her heart racing as she opened the door in the tree. Inside, she found a cozy room with shelves full of magical artifacts. Old books, crystal bottles filled with shimmering liquid, and a collection of glowing stones. In the center of the room was a small, delicate flower glowing with a soft, golden light. As Emily approached, the flower's glow brightened, and she heard a gentle whisper. Thank you, Emily, for believing in magic. This flower holds the heart of the magical world. It only blooms for those who are kind and brave enough to care for it. Carefully, she held her hands around the flower, and suddenly, she felt a wave of warmth and light wash over her. She could feel the garden, the forest, and the magic flowing through her. She understood that her role was not only to protect the garden, but also to share its beauty and wonder with others. Emily looked back at Alara and her friends, who were all watching with proud smiles. I promise to take care of this garden and teach others to see magic in the world around them, she said. With a final nod from Alara, Emily stepped back into the garden through the golden door. She found herself back by Oakley, the wise tree, and the familiar flowers and creatures of her magical garden. But now, everything seemed even more vibrant, as if the garden itself was celebrating her return. From that day forward, Emily took care of her garden with love and shared her stories with other children, teaching them to believe in magic and kindness. Her friends from the magical forest often visited, bringing stories from faraway lands. And every time Emily walked through the garden gate, she knew that she was part of something truly magical. Thank you for joining me on this magical adventure with Emily. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new. Remember, just like Emily, we can all find magic and kindness in our lives. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun stories and English practice. Keep dreaming, keep exploring, and I'll see you next time for another exciting adventure. Bye for now.